Hey, what's up, everybody? This is Corey from My Two Cents, and I got my hands on a Samsung S7 Edge. So we're going to do a quick unboxing and overview of this phone. So this is the 32 gig S7 Edge. It is in silver titanium. On the back, you can see a little bit of the information about the phone, but hey, let's crack this thing open here real quick. The box is slightly different than what we've seen from Samsung in the past. So there's more of a book feel to it, a little bit more premium, a little bit nicer. And right there we have the phone on top, and this is noticeably bigger than the regular S7. Let's pull all this plastic material off of the phone. This thing is shiny. It's like a mirror finish. If we can find a way to get this front plastic off. Normally they have a little tab on them, but this doesn't. Alright. So you can tell it's a little bit smaller than the Edge Plus. Let's see what else is in the box here real quick. So we have a SIM card slot tool in here, as well as it looks like some information about the phone. So it's a little teardrop shape SIM card eject tool. And then we have this lovely information that everybody reads through. You should probably read through it. We have a USB connector to help us transfer data from phone to phone. This actually also will let you put in USB thumb drives into your phone as well, like a USB OTG. Here we have our fast charge cable and the wall adapter. And it does come with headphones as well. Let's pop these earpods out if we can. So it looks like they are just the same as we've seen in the past with Samsung. Let's go ahead and look at the phone itself. You can definitely see that curve on the screen there. It has a nice metal bezel all the way around. Volume up, volume down. 3.5mm headphone jack, micro USB charge port, microphone, and downward facing speaker. This side has the power button on it. And then at the top here we have our SIM card eject slot, as well as another microphone up here as well. Let's pop this SIM card eject slot out, and you can see where we put in the micro SD card to expand the memory. Now it doesn't take advantage of Android 6.0 Marshmallow to encrypt it and make it part of the internal storage, but at least you still have that option to expand the storage. So they have rounded the back of it a little bit as well, so it does have a curve on the back, and just holding it quickly I can tell that it's a little bit more comfortable than what we've seen from the previous model, the Edge Plus. Doesn't feel as jagged in the hand. With it being slightly smaller, it doesn't feel like it's as slippery as either. The camera is nice and flush on this phone as well. I mean, this sticks out just a little bit, but really that's so much better than what we saw with the previous version as well. Like I was saying, it doesn't feel as slippery with it being curved a little bit. You get a little bit better grip on it. It's not as difficult to hold. Specs on this phone, you're going to get a Quad HD display, so that is 1440 by 2560, 534 pixel density. It's a 5.5 inch Super AMOLED screen, so really one of the best displays you can get on the market. This is going to come with the Snapdragon 820, so that is a 2.4 gigahertz Kryo and then a dual core 1.6 gigahertz Kryo. It does have the Adreno 530 GPU in it. Now the front-facing camera is a 5 megapixel, the rear facer is a 12 megapixel. It does come with optical image stabilization, LED, flash. It also has 4 gigs of RAM, so it should be pretty snappy. It does have the expandable storage. It's 32 internal, and you can expand up to 200 gigs through the expandable storage as well. Now the battery's a little bit bigger. It's 3600 milliamp hours, which is much larger than we saw on the last Edge, but this does have that bigger screen. So we'll have to check and see what battery life's going to be like on this phone. Now it does have a micro USB, which I was hoping for USB-C, but it just didn't pan out. They say they want to keep the ability to use past cables on the phone. Now the camera, like I was saying, it does have 4K, all the standard stuff we see with the camera as well. Now one thing that I'm really pleased with is the fingerprint sensor. On these phones, it is so snappy, really quick. So that's a nice feature to have. Now, just to do a quick compare of the S7 versus the S7 Edge, you can see that it's a little bit bigger than the S7. It has a little bit nicer curve than what we've seen in the past phones. They share a lot of the same features across both phones. The one main difference is going to be the Edge display and it being slightly larger than what we've seen in the past phones. So here you can see a little bit better idea of how much larger it is. It does have the always on display as well if you want to turn that on. So we've seen that on the phones from Motorola in the past, but this is kind of a nice feature, so you can always have the clock displaying on the phone if you would like as well. Now when it comes down to these phones, I mean, these are going to be flagship phones for the year. Great camera, hopefully great battery life. We'll have to see how that pans out for us. If you're in the phone market this year, then this is definitely one of the phones to keep an eye on. It's always a contender every year. Whether you love Samsung or you hate Samsung, they still make decent phones no matter what side of the fence you fall on. Anyways, thanks for watching. Catch you in the next one. Peace.